hot. My PC is dying and so am I. Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, my name is Eddie. I'm a trans man with a Scottish accent, and today I'd love to bring you some more trans joy, because we're living in a climate right now that feckin' needs it. I have a whole series of trans joy. If you need a playlist, I will link it at the end of the video, but if you are also interested, I stream games on Twitch 3 days a week, and I have a couple of gaming channels. Please go check them out. They'll be linked in the description box down below. I recently came back from a 3-day trip with my fiance to Glasgow, my hometown. Absolutely freaking loved it. And if you want to see some of the photos from my trip, then follow me on Instagram. The description box also has the link for my Instagram. Patreons will be getting all of them unfiltered, even the ones that I hate, but I'll be putting some of my favorite ones on Instagram, so go follow me over there as well if you're new. But with all that said, and before my PC literally explodes from the heat, let's get right on into some trans joy videos. Let's go. I just think it's a powerful message. You are and will forever remain stronger than the things or those who come against you. Every transphobe projects, and something that the trans community needs to remember is that it's not how you are as a person, it's how they are and how they project who they are onto you. They are arseholes and they expect you to be arseholes too. Just remember that you're fabulous, you're wonderful, you're living your truest self, and the only thing they've got to be mad about is that you're doing it better than them at the end of the day. You are stronger than the people who are coming after you. And I know that doesn't seem like much right now, but just remember it, because they're living a life full of hate that will wear them down eventually. People have already started saying that they're getting tired of this culture war, they're getting tired of the anti-woke shit, they're getting tired of having to constantly fight this non-existent battle that they themselves are creating. The difference between them and us is that we're not tired of being ourselves, and we'll never be tired of being ourselves, because that's what we're doing. We're being ourselves. And that will continue on throughout the course of time, because all trans people are doing is being themselves. And that never gets tiring. So just keep being fabulous, keep being yourself. You are stronger by just existing. They will wear themselves out eventually, hopefully. Even though bigotry never really goes away, unfortunately. It just comes in ebbs and flows. Sometimes it's all the way up here, and sometimes it's a little bit more down here. And we will go from peak to trough. We will, I promise. We'll come out in the end, and we'll still be fabulous. We'll still be trans. We'll still be trans because trans people exist, and that's something that they need to get over and work through themselves. But I just don't understand why people choose to be horrible people. When do you wake up and choose to be a horrible person on the internet that goes out of their way to attack and just be visceral, demonic, horrible people? Do you know what I mean? I'd much rather be trans and a good person than hateful and bigoted. So I think we're winning somehow. I can't play the music for this, but I want to show you it. The caption says they're just from a different generation. And look at this wee old man. Look at him there with his little hat and his flag. It has nothing to do with generation. Nothing to do with generation at all. I know people who are teenagers who are more bigoted than people in their 70s, and vice versa. Unfortunately, it's situational to the individual and not to a generation or an age range. People who are bigoted, people who aren't. And it doesn't matter what race, age, creed you are one way or the other. It's dependent on you. It's dependent on how you want to approach the world. It's dependent on how you want to present yourself to the world. And I would much rather, again, present myself in a way that was loving and understanding than to be hateful and oppressive. When I was changing my name legally, the person who signed my deed poll document was my 70-year-old neighbor. Him and his wife, they were absolutely lovely. 70 plus years old. And I was trying to tell them that I was trans. And they just looked at me and said, Eddie, are you trying to tell us that you're gay? Because we know. I'm like, no, I'm trying to tell you that I'm trans. But my 50-year-old mother wouldn't do it. And yet this 70-year-old neighbor, who was no relation to me by blood at all, completely got it, completely understood. And when I told them that I was changing my name, they said to me, we were just waiting for you to tell us what your name was. And then they agreed to be the witness to sign my deed poll for changing my name. So it has nothing to do with generation. It has everything to do with good people. And good people come in all ages, all shapes and sizes, all walks of life. So power to you. We love an ally. He might not even just be, he might be a member of the LGBT community. We don't know. The point though is that it's not a generational thing. So look at how you're presenting yourself to the world and how you treat other people. Be a good person. Don't be a bigot. It's as simple as that.
Hello, I'm Will, and
Hi, Will.
my Transjoy is that I have another day of just looking really cute and really gay. I'm gonna try to look extremely gay. That's not hard for me, but every day up until June, because we're still celebrating Pride. My Transjoy is I'm cute.
It's adorable.
Hello.
That's adorable. Every day is Pride, let's face it. June is over now. Transjoy is all year round. I really like the caption here. Transjoy looks good on you, babe. Transjoy looks good on all of you. Remember that. Transjoy is a good look. So just live your best life. Have that confidence, even if you have to fake it until you make it. Wear it. Wear yourself. Wear your joy. It's contagious and it looks hella good on you. It is so warm in my office right now that my glasses are literally fogging up. So if my face starts to go red from the heat, or if my PC starts to like explode, or if my glasses start to fog over, pray for me. It's incredibly humid here. It's incredibly hot. Don't let anybody tell you that the heat in the UK isn't extreme. You've never felt heat like it in your life. You're about to watch me melt. Again, I can't play the audio on this, but I just wanted to show you guys that there are still protests going on. And look at the amount of people that are there. You're not fighting all of the current bigotry and stuff that's happening alone. There are still massive marches happening. Lots of people have your back. Lots of people support you. Lots of people fly the flags. And just don't forget that, okay? I know that it can seem really ostracizing and really like you're fighting it by yourself and that you're doing it all alone. But there are so many people that are still marching and will continue to march for your right to exist. Because that's all it is. It's literally just your right to exist. And even though the tunnel looks dark right now, hold on, I'm getting fucking philosophical, there is light at the other end and we will get there, I promise. And we will get there together. You are not alone. Remember that there are still, to this day, lots of people marching for us. Wait, did you see the blow high? Look right here. Wait, where is it? There it is! There's a blow high! Let's go. Blow high mention.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, I belong in here. I just have a deep voice.
Okay, can I ask you another one?
Yeah, sure.
What color lipstick is that?
Pink poodle.
Wait, yeah. This is okay. So let's break this down. A lot of the internet vitriol around women's bathrooms, or just bathrooms in general right now, is that trans women go into the women's bathrooms to spy and harass women. But the flip side that I don't see many people talking about is that an awful lot of TERFs are threatening trans women in the women's bathroom. So not only are you saying that women are in danger from trans women who are harassing women. Oh my God, it's so weird because trans women are women too, but walk with me through this. Trans women are harassing non-trans women, but TERFs are harassing trans women, or just any woman that they think might be trans. This is the reality of women's bathrooms. A woman walks into a bathroom regardless of whether they're trans or cis. It doesn't matter. But then another woman comes up to them and says, "Can I ask you a question?" Trans women and trans people, because I am also guilty of this, we have been conditioned by social media to assume that if a woman approaches us in the women's bathroom, or any bathroom, if a man approaches me in a male bathroom, for example, that it's going to turn into an attack. It's going to turn into a confrontation. When really, this is probably the extent of the question that you're going to be getting in the ladies' bathroom is, what colour lipstick is that and can I borrow it? It's the same with the men's. Let me tell you a story. So I went back to Glasgow for a couple of days just to recharge and to spend some time with my fiance. It was fabulous. It was fantastic. Glasgow is my heart and soul. It's a wonderful city. If you ever come to Scotland, please visit Glasgow. It would make me super happy and it would make you super happy too. It's a fantastic city. But we stopped off for lunch and there was only like single stall bathrooms. So like the ladies' bathroom was just you open a door, there's the toilet and the sink. The men's is you open the door, there's the urinal, and there's a cubicle at the back of the room. So Mithy went into the ladies, I went into the gents. I went and I did my thing. I came out and I was washing my hands as another gentleman walked in. He looked at me. Now, as a pre-T, pre-op trans man, obviously he looked at me like, hello? And straight away, all I said to him was, beautiful weather we're having, as I was washing my hands. And he looked at me and he said, yeah, absolutely, stunning. It's nice to see some sun. And off he went into the cubicle and did his own thing. I left and that was the extent of it. No confrontation. No, you shouldn't be here. Nothing. Absolutely Nothing, because at the end of the day, it's just a freaking toilet. TERFs will convince you that trans people are in there to harass them, whilst in the same breath saying that they are going to harass anyone in there that they think looks remotely trans, which puts into trans people's heads that they're in danger of going into bathrooms. But it also paints a really negative image of cis people who, for the most part, don't care. Now, I'm not saying, and I'll say this every single time, I'm not saying that bad things don't happen. They do. But for the most part, the most you're going to get asked is what lipstick you're using, because that's more important in the grand scheme of things. Or if I go into the gents, the most I'm probably going to get asked is there toilet paper in the cubicle? Or the most I'm going to ask is, please tell me there's soap, because that's what it is. And I love this little interaction. I think it's a really good representation of what we assume is going to happen as trans people and what actually will happen. I've been in women's bathrooms before with trans women, and the most conversation that we had was to tell each other how fabulous we looked. She looked fabulous. The other women looked fabulous. I was in there holding my fiance's bag. It was fabulous. So I want to like uplift this conversation in that we're not all monsters. And it's not just the trans community. It's women in the women's bathroom. It's men in the men's bathroom. We're not all fucking monsters. We're just in there to piss. Half the time we're drunk and we don't even notice. We don't even care. We just care if there's toilet paper. And I just care if people have washed their hands. And that's it. Fabulous message. I love this TikTok. Savannah Bell. Excellent representation. Brilliant. And again, I just want to showcase that there are still marches going on. There are still people standing up to the TERFs. Don't worry. I know it seems really, really, really bad right now, but we are not taking this lying down. There are still lots of people who have your back, lots of people who are fighting for you. Please remember that and stay with us, because we need you. The world is a much better place with you in it. I absolutely adore this lady. She didn't have a pride flag, so she brought her rainbow coloured feather duster and started waving it around like a flag. She's a fucking icon. What an absolute babe. No pride flag, doesn't matter. Look at her wee face as well. What an absolute icon. That's so iconic. That's so iconic. I love the idea that just someone's mum turned up with a rainbow coloured feather duster. That's brilliant. I don't know if this was part of Pride or if it was like, if it means something or if something's going on, but I just love the thought that they were involved in the best way that they could, and that was with a feather duster. So I hope that there's no meaning behind this that I'm missing. If there is, let me know in the comments. As far as I'm seeing, I'm just taking it at face value that somebody didn't have a pride flag and needed a feather dust and needed a rainbow, so they brought their feather duster. But I thought that was absolutely adorable, and I had to show you that.
Looking cis wasn't the goal. Looking cis wasn't the goal. Looking like myself was the goal. Feeling myself was the goal. Recognizing my face in the mirror was the goal. Making you more comfortable wasn't the goal. Hope that helps.
It does! It's so...
Looking cis.
Yes! I'm so glad you said it! I'm so glad. This is where I fall. This is the category in where I fall. I've been trying to like present this in myself so much. Oh, yes, this is brilliant. So really, really, really quickly, just as a quick disclaimer, if you are a trans person who has done all the surgery, has done all the hormones, and you pass, that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not what we're talking about here. The difference comes in when you tell trans people that they can only exist if they pass. That's where it becomes a problem, because that's not the case. We were all trans before the hormones, before the surgery. We weren't trans because of the hormones and the surgery. We got the hormones and the surgery because we were trans. I haven't had hormones. I haven't had surgery. I'm still trans. And I fall into this like weird middle ground category where, because I'm pre-T and pre-surgery but still trans, it confuses an awful lot of people. And because like I look and sound the way that I sound, not passing is how people usually attack me. Not very often, and the transphobes aren't very imaginative with it. It doesn't bother me as much as it used to, trust. The whole goal is to recognize yourself. When you look in the mirror and you see your own face, that's the whole point of everything that we do. For the trans people who get the surgery and get the hormones, it's so they recognize themselves in the mirror. There is an aspect of me even right now, before the hormones and before the surgery, that I do recognize myself, but I didn't recognize myself in the mirror 5 years ago. I look at old footage of myself before I came out and I don't recognize myself. My fiance doesn't recognize me. It's like looking at two totally different people. It's looking at yourself in the mirror and seeing yourself for the first time. That's trans joy. And it doesn't matter what you do to achieve that. Whether you get the surgery, whether you get the hormones, whether you just get a haircut, whether you just dress the way that you want to do, it doesn't matter. All of this is gender affirming care. And if it brings you closer to yourself, why is that so bad? I don't get it. The goal was never to make other people, especially because like normally the people that get onto you for not passing are the transphobes. And the whole point of looking the way that we do isn't to make transphobes feel more comfortable being around us. It was to recognize ourselves in the mirror when we looked at ourselves. Everybody's gender journey is different. Everybody's journey is different for whatever reason, whether it be financial, health, personal preference, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we're all trans. And trans comes in a variety of different shapes and sizes. So the goal was never to pass. The goal was to recognize ourselves in the mirror. The goal was never to make people who hate us uncomfortable. The goal was to be ourselves and to see ourselves when we looked at ourselves in the mirror. Incredible. And I think that that's a wonderful message to end the video on. As always, go into the description box, follow me on Instagram, follow my gaming channels. I have two. Check out the Transjoy playlist at the end of the video if you want some more Transjoy content from me. I have a couple of videos ready to go. I've been Eddie, you've been fantastic, stay fabulous, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button for future content, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you next time, guys. Bye.